Hello again. Welcome to another episode of the Uranium Market Minute. My name is Justin Hune. I'm your host. I'm the founder and publisher of the Uranium Insider Pro newsletter, the only investing newsletter that focuses solely on uranium and is published on a regular monthly basis. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Before we get into the video, nothing in this video is intended to be investing advice. I am not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please always do your own due diligence when it comes to investing. Always take responsibility for your own choices. Let's jump right into the daily scoreboard. Spot price of uranium today, dropping down just a few pennies here to $42.50 a pound mid-market. Yesterday, the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust took in just a small amount of capital, $79,000. But more importantly, they did move, at least temporarily, to a small premium to NAV, 3.87% premium to their net asset value. Remember, they need to be at least a 1% premium to net asset value before they can issue shares into the market, raise capital for purchasing uranium. They ended the day yesterday with 14.9 million in cash. And since the 17th of August, when their ATM went live, 745.2 million in new capital. And they've purchased 16.9 million total pounds of uranium. I made an error in yesterday's episode. They did purchase 200,000 pounds last Friday, which would have been October 29th. So interestingly, we'll look at the charts in just a second, but I believe that the spot vehicle traded back down to a slight discount to NAV. However, I do think we're getting close to that inflection point where we'll be back to a premium to NAV, signaling to investors to pile some cash in, turn that into some physical uranium purchases. The ETFs, URA reported no change. URNM reported 75,000 shares in redemptions. Basically, that means that there was mandated selling equal to 6.7 million from URNM. Again, these reports are delayed at least a day, sometimes often 2, maybe even 3 days in delay. So this actually already happened. But of course, we always keep an eye on this to make sure that we're on top of the fund flow that's happening in the sector. The assets under management yesterday actually rose to 24.7 million. And the total AUM for the two ETFs is a combined 2.17 billion. Let's now take a look at the charts. Starting off with URA, it looks to me like this is firming up a little bit here. I think that this long hammer candle that we saw on Friday dipped down, and I saw some serious dip buyers here. Even today started to sell off a bit, and the dip buyers showed up. We're seeing some dip buying across the sector. We're seeing the volume pick up a little bit today. I think we're nearing, like I just mentioned, that inflection point. I think we're close to this market turning back up and confirming this $26, $25.85 level for URA as that higher low from previous weeks. This is looking very constructive in my opinion. Looking at the Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. Yeah, big selling today, but not on a whole lot of volume. So I think that we likely ended the day back at a discount to NAV, even though the spot price was down a little bit. We're probably back to a discount to NAV. So we're going to have to see this start to reverse. I think that we're close again to seeing a higher low from the second week of October. And more than likely, once we're back at a solid premium to NAV and that holds, like it didn't hold today, but once that holds for a day or maybe 2, then I think it's game on for the next leg up in all things uranium. Let's take a look at Kamiko, one of the larger cap stocks in the space, firming up just like that URA chart, right? Saw some dip buyers coming into the market again today with that nice looking candle, pushing it back up, actually closed. It closed down, but the dip buying was quite strong for the day. Let's take a look really quick at the mailbag, see if there's a question for us. This question comes from HCP on YouTube. Again, if you would like me to answer any questions regarding the uranium sector, I don't really get into specific companies too much out of respect for our newsletter members. But if you have any questions for me, enter them in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them in future episodes of the Uranium Market Minute. So HCP asks, Justin, would you be willing to share the performance of your firm's portfolio over the past year or so? So we've just crunched these numbers to put out our November monthly newsletter before the market this morning. And so the numbers that we're looking at currently, for the month of October, we were up 14.1%. Now, this is for the total portfolio. This is the portfolio we own, the portfolio that is recommended to our newsletter subs. 14.1% up for the month of October. Year to date, we're up 153.7%. That's almost a 50% outperformance of URNM, which is one of the strongest performing ETFs in existence this year, and definitely the strongest performer in terms of ETFs in the uranium space. And our inception to date, so we started this newsletter August 2019. We're up 529.2% since August 2019, and that is portfolio wide. So we've done extremely well with our stock selection. And one of the ways that we can bring some alpha to our members and to our portfolio here is through options. I'm not going to get into the details on how we structure this trade. Perhaps I'll get a little bit more into the weeds in tomorrow's episode. But we have, for example, a bullish vertical call spread that we put on in May for one of the larger cap companies in the space, and I'm not going to say which. At the time, the underlying holding was $4.07, okay, for the common stock. Right now it's $5.56. So that underlying stock since May is up 36%. Very good. Our bullish call spread is up 104.5% in that same time period. And the brilliant thing about this bullish call spread is that underlying equity could have gone down as much as 10%. We'd break even on the trade. So it's a very intelligently structured trade. And it's really one of these ways that we can provide incredible alpha in the space. As the bull market goes on, we get a lot of questions like, okay, these stocks are up huge. Did I miss the run? It's like, no. Well, first of all, no, you haven't missed it. We're maybe in the third inning here. And we have a long ways to go in this bull market. And things really don't usually get euphoric and crazy until the last couple of innings, right? Of course, that's a baseball reference with 9 innings. So I would say we're maybe 30% into this run. But throughout this cycle, we will have these intra-cycle highs, intra-cycle lows, and we can rinse and repeat with these options trades. So this is something that we're going to continue to do as this bull market carries on. I want to make a quick note here that we will be increasing the annual cost of our Uranium Insider Pro membership by $200 on December 1st of this year. The reason we are doing this is not only have we had to hire staff, but we are also always increasing our offering for our members and trying to improve what we're doing here. And obviously, as you just heard, our returns for this portfolio and for our recommended picks, our focus list stocks that we recommend to our members have done extremely well and have paid for the membership many times over. If you are interested in this service that we provide with the Uranium Insider Pro newsletter, purchasing before December 1st will lock in the current rate for as long as you want to be a member. And if you would like to get a sample newsletter from us or have any questions for us regarding this, please send us an email, support@uraniuminsider.com. We'll happy to send you a free sample newsletter from a previous month. You can get an idea of the type of content that we put out. And if you have any other questions about what we provide, happy to fill you in on that. So to wrap things up here, I think that we are near that reversal point for this uranium market in this intra-cycle dip that we're seeing here. So hopefully you've hung on. Hopefully maybe you added to some positions on red days and are already up a little bit, and we get into a nice strong next leg up here. All right, everybody have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Cheers.